What's up, guys? It's Sleepy of Sleepy's Planet, and today we're looking at some more Moreparz clips, mostly about bugs. For anybody who doesn't know, I have a legitimate fear of spiders after almost dying to a brown recluse bite. So this is going to ick me out, but let's just see what he's got to say.
I want you to imagine you're cave diving. You turn a corner and see a spider web the size of the fucking wall. I regret to inform you that no, this is not fake. This is an actual photo from the inside of a cave on the Greek-Albanian border, where scientists have discovered the world's largest spider web, located in a portion of the cave crammed to the brim with sulfur. That has quite literally never seen the light of God. This wall of white sticky stuff spans 1,100 square fucking feet. That is the size of a 2-bedroom fucking house. However, finding the average Australian home on the wall of a cave at Y11 brings up a far scarier question. What the fuck built it? Well, to the relief of many, no, we did not discover a giant spider lair. Nor is this the result of a single spider with creative mode and world edit. No, it's far fucking worse, because this web is the arachnid equivalent of getting the boys on for a 2-week Minecraft phase. Because this web is a collaborative effort.
How many spiders?
It was built by 111,000 fucking spiders.
Too many spiders. Too many spiders. Too many. Too many fucking spiders.
Isn't a tree.
Too many fucking spiders.
Australia just found a new insect.
Who's that?
I fucking hate bugs,
and
dude.
In a certified Australia moment, it is unironically called the fucking Lucifer bee. Because of course we have the Satan bee.
Devil-ass bee.
The snakes and the spiders and the fucking dinosaurs weren't enough. No. Now I gotta dodge a rejected doom enemy on my walk to work. Discovered in the closest climate to hell on Earth, Western Australia, these bad boys were named after the Lord of Hell for 2 reasons. The first of which being the giant fucking demon horns bolted to their heads. Now, those horns aren't just there to look scary.
Who likes demon horns?
They're actually a defensive mechanism to protect the demon bees from bigger predators. However, only the ladies of the species stay strapped, as the horns are only found on females. Meaning a more accurate name for these absolute girl bosses is the Karlak bee. But a pair of spirit Halloween horns can't be the only reason they're named after the devil, right? I mean, there's gotta be f***ing something else. Like, do they spit fire? Maybe they've got a pitchfork for a stinger that injects you with f***ing acid venom. The answer to that is, no. It's a normal f***ing honeybee.
Wait,
the actual reason
What's the point
is that
then?
lead researcher, Dr. Kit Prendergast, was watching the f***ing Netflix show.
Biggest cock I've ever seen.
And this isn't even the first time she's done something like this. She named another species after her pet dog. F***ing based. Australia has dancing spiders. Allow me to introduce you to the land down under's most fabulous arachnid, the peacock spider. Now, this 8-legged pride flag is not remotely dangerous to humans. It's got venom,
that's good.
tiny fangs, and as far as size goes, they're the spider equivalent of a fucking gnome. What makes these little guys interesting is their love lives. You see, not unlike normal peacocks, it's only the males of the species that are running the RGB gamer lights. But why are they built like a Razer laptop? Well, because spiders can't just post up with a dead fly on Tinder and start swiping. No, the boys here have to attract a lady the old-fashioned way. Shake an ass.
Hell yeah.
You see, in order to find a mate, peacock spiders head out to the club and find a lady across the dance floor. They then lock eyes with her, and as the song changes, they raise that coloured dump truck to the sky, start playing Dance Revolution, baby.
I wish that this was common in human mating. I would love if men just threw ass at me.
The spider watches very closely, not only paying attention to the movements of the dance, but also the fucking vibrations. And if our protagonist here can nail Osu Valentine's Edition just right, the female spider will slowly approach, lean in for a kiss, and... But, here's the thing. If he f***ed up the dance, he fails the charisma check.
Does she eat him? Please tell me she eats him.
Charisma check. He's no longer boyfriend material.
Does she eat him?
He's a f***ing Happy Meal.
Yes! Fuck yeah. I fucking knew she would have eaten him.
Australia's scariest spider is hiding a deep secret.
I've seen this one.
Well, introducing the Huntsman.
Yeah, no, I've seen this one. This was in one of the clip compilations.
Most snails aren't scary, except for this one.
This is gonna be some like lonely ass millennial shit, and it's kind of gross. So trigger warning, I guess. When I was a kid, my mom would take me to work with her if I was like sick or some shit, or like, I don't know, during summer vacation or something, because I have a single mom. And she worked at an old folks home, and there was like a courtyard, and I had nothing better to do because it was the 90s. So I would go play with snails. I would dead ass just go play with snails.
This one's Australian. Introducing the cone snail, an aquatic mollusk native to the land down under. And as seems to be the requirement when sharing your postcode with a kangaroo, you guessed it, it can quite easily cause your next snap to be in a coffin.
You just make your next snap your last snap.
Is this bad boy right here. You see, despite most snails having a reputation for being slow goobers that get folded by a salt shaker, the cone snail is a highly effective ambush predator. And you may be wondering, how the fuck does a creature that moves slower than the GTA 6 development cycle hunt anything? Well, that's simple. It has a grappling hook.
Wait, like
that's
Batman?
Right. Gary's murderous little cousin here is a roadhog, mate. And he hunts by slowly but surely stalking up on his prey until he's just within range, and then bang! The cone snail does a quarter circle input, spitting out a tooth harpoon at 90 kilometers an hour. This harpoon then nails its prey, allowing them to reel it in like he's playing Scorpion. And in case that wasn't bad enough, as seems to be a requirement for spawning on Australian servers, it's
venomous, right?
Venomous.
Yeah, it's venomous.
That harpoon also injects its prey with a highly potent neurotoxin that
why is everything venomous in Australia?
Paralyzes it. This means it cannot put up a fight, as it is sucked into the snail's ginormous maw like a nightmarish version of Kirby.
Yeah, I'm convinced everything else is
just in case you thought for once you might be safe, cone snail venom is potent enough to kill 700 people with one sting. Oh yeah, and there's no anti-venom, because it's not enough that it can kill.
What the fuck, bro?
No, I have to die knowing there is zero counterpart.
The hell, my dude?
Who balanced this
That's crazy. That's Australia's crazy. I guess that like people live there because they don't live in the outback where all of this shit is. They live in the cities, but like Australia just genuinely seems uninhabitable to me.
Australia has just found zombified bugs. That's right, we are closer to the Walking Dead Down Under than you think. You see, just recently, a scientist by the name of Dr. Francois Brassard made a trek out to the remote savannah of the Northern Territory, with the goal of finding and cataloguing brand new species of insect unknown to science. I mean, me personally, I think we've found more than enough bugs, especially considering that half of them can send me directly into the f***ing soil. But what do I know, right? Anyway, on his trip to the middle of f***ing nowhere, he stumbled across a colony of spiny savanna ants, which is a pretty normal thing to find out there. This spider throws its webs. Yeah, that creepy thing is an ogre-faced spider. And as with most affronts to God,
Fucking Shrek-ass motherfucker.
you can find them...
Say the line, Bart.
...in Australia. Yeah! And the reason it's got web slingers is its unique method of hunting. You see, most web-spinning spiders use those webs to fucking camp, spinning it between a few branches and then falling asleep waiting for a fly to clothesline itself before casually wandering over to suck its guts out like a smoothie. By contrast, ogre faces basically pull fucking trick shots, because instead of shooting that sticky white stuff all over the walls, they shoot it on their hands. See,
What?
you may have noticed that this thing is built like an 8-legged Slender Man, and that is by design, because they start a hunt by spinning a web between their forelegs. Then, they will lower themselves from a nearby branch and just kinda hang upside down in the air, doing their best stick cosplay. Then, when something makes the unfortunate mistake of getting too close, it will lunge downwards, spread its legs, wrap the bug up in a net, and then fucking yank it away into the air like it's hitting fucking Spider-Man pull-offs in Rivals.
Crack the whip.
And because this is an Australian animal, that insect burrito would not be complete without a healthy injection of venom. And then
Of course.
they fucking eat it.
Of
Think about
course.
how fucking scary that is from a human perspective. Walking down the street at night, some cunt hits you with a rope
fucking
and you're
yoinked.
just fucking gone.
Yeah. Nope. Nope, I hate spiders. Many reasons why I hate spiders. There's just another one.
This isn't a
Reason
snake.
100.
It's a bug. Yeah, this is the very
looks
creatively named
exactly like a snake.
snake-headed caterpillar, found wriggling around in South America, and the reason they're dressed up like the average Australian
So
resident
that things will
is
be
to scare
scared
people.
of it. Yeah.
See, caterpillars exist for exactly one reason: to spin up a cocoon and Pokemon evolve into a moth or butterfly. Now, in order to achieve this, they need to be not fucking dead, which is a little difficult
Yeah,
when
makes sense.
everything under the sun is trying to eat them.
Mission failed.
Birds, wasps, spiders, frogs, you name it, they all look at a caterpillar as the world's freest meal. I mean,
Honestly, I've never really given that thought. But yeah, being bugs like caterpillars, roly-polies, like ladybugs and shit, like those are the dudes that are probably the most fucked in nature, right? Like ones that are not able to really defend themselves normally.
it's basically a sentient, slow-moving hot dog with zero escape strategy. So, how does the very hungry caterpillar avoid the very hungry everything else?
Hello.
Well, some choose camouflage, others become more toxic than a league lobby, but the snakehead chose cosplay. Well, if you want to get technical, the scientific
Weeb-ass
term is
caterpillar.
mimicry. As we've established, caterpillars are weak, light work for their predators. You know what isn't light work? A fucking snake. Which is why when threatened, these little guys will force air and blood into their head, causing it to inflate. They then shake that shit in the air, perfectly mimicking a venomous snake. Whatever was about to eat them sees their free meal turn into fucking rattlesnake Jake, becomes shit scared, and runs the fuck away.
And nature's smart, my dudes. If nothing else, nature's super smart. And
You
like,
know, now that I'm thinking about it, its entire
Evolved.
defense is just becoming a scary, wacky, waving tube, man.
you know what? Truth, facts.
This is the world's most disgusting bee.
Brother,
Yeah,
Ugh, I
that
say that all
is
the
a
time.
vulture bee, found on the Tyrannid hive continent of South America. And you are
Oh,
probably
shit, not
wondering,
Australia.
what makes it so disgusting? And that's pretty easy to answer. It eats fucking rotten corpses. Well, at least that's one thing that makes them gross. Yeah, the Left 4 Dead zombie diet is actually just the tip of the iceberg on how fucking disgusting these things get. But before you learn the rest, I gotta teach you about bees.
you like jazz?
Okay.
See, a normal beehive runs on two main resources: nectar and pollen. Nectar is used to create Winnie the Pooh's honey, and pollen is used as a source of protein.
Oh,
Now, the
interesting.
issue
Okay.
is vulture bees can collect nectar, but they are physically incapable of picking up pollen.
Oh,
So
weird.
where do they get their protein? Well, basically, roadkill.
That's
Instead
crazy.
of flying around and looking for a lovely floral arrangement, vulture
okay.
bees...
This is gonna be a weird question, but I am curious about what the like macro content is of pollen versus roadkill. Like, even though it's dead, I imagine that like animal proteins are probably juicing up these bees more than like fucking pollen, right? So these dudes are getting like probably more juiced than regular bees because they're eating animal proteins and not just pollen. But like, maybe I'm wrong.
will surf the skies until they spot a rather delectable-looking maggot-ridden corpse, which they will then cave dive inside of through the fucking eye sockets. Oh yeah, I told you they got grosser, and this isn't even the worst bit. Because once they're inside, they treat your fucking corpse like the deli at the supermarket, rooting around for the cuts of
fucking
meat that they're
eyeball,
after.
dude.
But for the same reason they can't carry pollen, they can't just take the fucking meat out in a shopping trolley. No, what they do is scarf down the stacks of rotten flesh like a Minecraft player who's run out of food, fly back home, walk through the front door, and vomit it into another bee's mouth. Okay, well, not straight into its mouth. They're not savages. It goes into a bowl first. And then another bee eats
God,
it.
I don't kink shame. We don't kink shame on
And
Sleepy's Planet, but
mixes
like,
it with spit and nectar. Turn it
We don't
into a
king
meat
shame on
sludge
Sleepy's Planet, but like-
that gets eaten by the other bees. Yeah, I hope you weren't planning on eating anything anytime soon.
yeah, I can't. I can't do more. Not after that. Not after that, fam. You can miss me with more of this shit. But yeah, I'm Sleepy of Sleepy's Planet. I put out videos now. If you want to like and subscribe, you can see more videos as I put them out. Peace.